Okay guys, I'm going to tell you a variant of the grey wolf. The hook and the vise is a Amazon B170. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly is uni thread 801 black. So I'm simply just going to come in, get the thread started behind the eye of the hook. And I'm just going to put a bit of thread on and bring my thread down past the point of the hook. Now I'm going to put my tail on first. I'm just going to take away the waist tag. The tail on the fly is going to be grey squirrel tail. And I'm just going to take out a pinch just to create the tail. This will give it a nice soft presentation in the water, and this fly that I'm tying is nice and visible in the sort of way pure light conditions if you have to cast a long way. So I'm just into the hair stagger, give us a rattle on the desk. All the tips have lined up. I'll just take it out of the hair stagger. Now, just want the tail on the fly to be the length of the hook over the back. I'm just going to come around with a pinching loop. Then I'm going to bring my thread turns down the shank of the hook, tying in the tail to there. Now, just going to come up, just going to take away the excess, a bit of a tapered cut. I'm going to put a lick of wax onto my thread. I'm going to run the thread up, tying in the cut ends of the squirrel, right the whole way right up. Now, I'm going to bring the thread up until I'm within probably about 2-3 mil of the eye. The wing, this is going to be calf, it's going to be calf tail. So I'm just going to take a pinch of the calf tail off to create a wing. And a nice pinch. Trim away the excess. Just take away all the rubbish in the bottom. Now, I'm not going to stack this. Just going to put this on the way it comes to me. So I'm just going to offer this up. You probably really want this about the length of the hook. A bit longer than that over the front. Just going to come around with a pinching loop. And then nice tight turns now. Just bring it round, back up on top. Don't worry about these ends yet. Just come in, just to put a wee lick of wax onto the thread here. Lift up your wing, bring your thread in front. Now, you're just looking to build up a block of thread in front, but you're also looking to keep some sort of foundation at the front level. To wind on your hackles at the front. Now, what I'm going to do is just going to hold this. I'm just going to come from the back. Just take it away. A bit of a tapered cut. Just one wee fibre here. Just want to get this sorted out. There it is there. Trim that away. Now, I'm just going to come in. We're just going to divide the wing best we can. Bit of a 50-50 split. Round with a couple of turns. Hold this side of this wing. A couple of turns in there. Then a couple of figure of eights. Now, don't worry about the wing sitting forward like this. We'll sort that out in a wee second. Just concentrate on tying in your cut ends of your calf tail. Now, bring the thread right down, back down to the tail, and then we're going to come in and we're going to put on some dubbing. Now, let's get my dubbing brush, or my dubbing needle, sorry. Get some of this out. This is just going to be a light grey. It's just a light grey seals fur. I tied the original grey wolf there and put it up onto the channel. Now see these flies, when you're tying these, you're not flip upon in the frames, if that makes sense. You know, they're to be faced. You want them rough. The rougher the better. Now, this is the natural grey seals for light grey. So we'll get that dubbed on. Always remember taking your dubbing the one way. We'll slide that up. Now, we're a bit short, we're a bit shy, so I'm just going to come in with another wee pinch. No, I'm just saying, like, you know, I've seen some boys putting up on social media pictures of grey wolves, and don't get me wrong, absolutely fantastically tied. But you want the fly to be rough, because rough for the better, in my opinion, at times now. We're up to a stage again, so we can come in, lift up our wing again, ignore a couple of turns, bring the thread to the back. Now, you have a decision to make here. You can put on a grey haggle and a grizzle haggle, or you can put on a brown and a grizzle. It's entirely up to you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the brown and then the grizzle. So I'm going to put on my grizzle haggle first. This is just a saddle haggle. So I'm going to take away the rubbish at the bottom, burr some of the stem. Now you want to tie this in with the dull side facing yourself, because this is a dry fly you're tying. Remember, with a couple of turns to secure that in. And then we'll get a nice brown saddle haggle. Take away the stem again. Take away some of the fluff at the bottom to burr the stem. Offer this up a couple of turns in front of the wing. Then come in and lift your wing up. Get a couple of turns in onto the stems now. At this stage, just come in, trim the stems, and tie these right down into the eye and back up. Now I'm just going to put a lick of wax on the thread for preparation of tying the haggles in. Now you're looking 3 or 4 turns of the brown haggle in behind the wing, and then the remainder, I just use the remainder of the haggle up at the front. Don't get too hung up about the turns at the front of the fly. You want this fly to float high, ride high on the water. You'll be fishing this on a big wave too, so come in with a couple of tight turns to secure that in. Now we're going to leave that a minute, and then we're going to come around with our grizzle, and you're looking 3 or 4 turns of the grizzle haggle at the back, then 3 or 4 turns at the front of the fly. Now, don't worry about everything at the minute. Just come around with your thread turns, catch in the haggle tip, and a wee lick of wax onto the thread. Now I'm keeping the thread tight. I'm just going to come in and fold everything that's going forward back. I'm just going to get my thread turns on the front of that, just tying everything in, just creating a nice neat head on the fly. Keeping the thread tight, come in and break away the tips. Still keeping the thread tight, come in with our whip finishing tool, and we can throw in a whip finish. Right, if we pull that up, we let go, varnish onto the thread, pull that up, that seals everything in, come in, trim away the thread. Now everything that we've brought forward and brought through we can bring back in again. Everything's sitting nice. Right. Just to make the fly last a wee bit longer, I'm going to put a wee dab of varnish on the top of the head here. And there you go, guys. It's just a variant of the grey wolf. Now, like I say, when you're tying these flies, like I get tied in a way that I want to take a lovely picture of it for Facebook or Instagram, but that's not what the fly is. The fly, they're meant to be rough. Don't forget, when Wulff was tying the Wulff dry fly, he used to hold the hook, the eye of the hook, in his thumbnail, and tie the fly. So, and that caught fish. So just bear that in mind. You know, some people will watch some videos on YouTube and, you know, oh, it's great. Don't forget, the fish are gonna maul these. So you want them to last, be durable. But look, enough of a rant from me. Tie a couple up, get a few in your box, and hopefully you can catch you a few fish.